So how's the market now that we've finally made it to November of 2021? Everywhere I turn recently, I'm seeing all sorts of negative headlines. Zillow is abandoning the market. They've stopped buying. They're dumping their properties. Everything. It just seems like it's completely negative. But guess what? That's not true. We all need to step back. We need to look at the actual data of what's going on. And what we'll see is the continuation of a very strong market, Zillow issues aside. I may put together a video about Zillow and some of the things that it's been going through, some of the reasons for the problems that Zillow has been experiencing in order to shed light on different parts of the market. But right now, let's go ahead and concentrate on the market update. This is for the residential single family resale market here in the Las Vegas Valley. There will be a companion video, which is the multifamily market, looking at condos and looking at townhomes. This is the single family version of the video. All right, so I am Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group, and let's go ahead and dive right into the data. So in October of 2021, and remember, we always look to the prior month, so it's November now, we're looking at the October data, and we do month over month comparisons, so that's October 2021 to September 2021, and year over year comparisons from October 2021 to October 2020. So in October 2021, in the single family residential resale market here in Las Vegas, the median sale price, $407,500. Now, you may have read in some local sources that that number is actually 410,000. It is not, because we are looking only at resale. Remember, we always pull out those MLS listed new construction homes because that's of a highly variable number that's controlled by developers. It's not actually about the market itself. So $407,500. That is up. It's up 0.6% from $405,000 last month. Since July, we've been hovering just over the $400,000 mark, between 402 and 407. Prior to July, we've been going up very steeply. But so that's where we are right now. That is also up 20.2% year over year, so October 2020 to October 2021. Interestingly, it's up $67,500 or 19.9% year to date, so in the 10 months from the beginning of January through the end of October. So very strong year over year data, very strong year to date data as well. At this point, it's starting to look like we will actually be very close to 20% year to date by the end of the year. I think that we'll actually probably see a little bit of softening in prices between now and the end of December, just based on regular seasonal patterns. So I think that we'll probably come in something about 18.5% this year. Very strong price growth. Remember, there's one other way we can look at pricing, and that is price per foot. And that gives us some indication about some of the internal dynamics in the marketplace. So October 2021, $227 per foot. That is a record high. That is up from $222 per foot in September, or 2.3%. That is up 25.4% from the 181 at a year ago, October of 2020. It is also up 24% from the 183 at the beginning of 2021. Now, that means that on all of the pricing numbers, we're actually seeing stronger per foot price growth all year long, month over month, year over year, and year to date. That suggests, again, a little bit of a change in the mix of the product that's selling, more toward the higher end product, more toward the expensive product, relative to what we might see if these were all starter homes that were selling. And so that gives us some insight into the dynamics, the internal dynamics of the marketplace. But as strong as pricing is, as I've said numerous times, it doesn't really matter if nothing's selling. So how do sales look? So sales, 2,990 sales closed in October of 2021. Now that is down. It's down 4.2% from the 3,121 that had taken place in September of 2021. Now I want to comment on that. Normally, we see sales dropping from September to October due to normal seasonal patterns. And then we see sales dropping November, December, oftentimes in January. So we expect to see a seasonal slowdown about this time of year every year. But kind of interestingly, even with that drop of 4.2%, the average 2006 to 2021 for October is 2,495. So we are almost 500 units higher than the average over that 16-year period of time. So very strong. In fact, this is the third strongest October in the digital MLS data. So actually a very strong October, even though we're down a little bit from September. We are down 1.7% from October of last year, 2017. And this is kind of interesting because this is the first time all year long that we've actually been down from last year. Now, remember, 2020, we had the closings of the economy. And so that created very unusual year-on-year comparisons in prior months. We are here in October. Last year, we actually had strong emergence from the lockdowns, and we were seeing really strong home sales last year. So this is a matter of not so much that things slowed in October 2021, but rather actually October 2020 was a really strong month. In fact, October 2020 was the second highest October sales ever in the history of the digital MLS data. So what about pending home sales? Remember, properties go into contract, they tend to close the following month, or they drop out, they go back on market. Sometimes properties take longer to close than just 1 month, but pending home sales, very strong. We saw 3,385 pending home sales. That's up 8.7% from September when we saw 3,114. It is up 10.6% from the very strong number that we saw last year, 3,061. So this is setting us up for a November that looks like it's going to be stronger than November of 2020. So while we came down a little bit year on year from last year in October for closed sales, it looks like actually this is going to be likely a 1 month blip in the comparison to last year. So what about homes for sale, right? Homes for sale, we saw 3,851 single-family residential resale properties for sale in October of 2021. That is down 14% from the 4,478 that we had seen in September of 2021. It is also down 38% from where we were last year at 6,212. Now, this number is actually the lowest October number for houses for sale since October of 2007. And it is also, there's only been 4 months in the digital MLS where we've seen lower inventory. Now, I point this out to you specifically because last year, we set ourselves up to, at the beginning of this year, 2021, have a really acute inventory problem. Right now, we have a smaller inventory than we had at this time last year. We've got sales that are slightly lower, but approximately the same as what we saw at this time last year. We have higher pending contracts than we had last year. And so there's really only one other piece of data that figures into what inventory is going to look like, and that is new listings. And new listings also have come down month on month and year on year. So new listings in October of 2021, 3,526. New listings in September were down 6.7% from 3,778. We are down 0.6%, so not a lot, but some, from the 3,543 that we had seen in October of 2020. That means we've got smaller inventory already, fewer properties coming into the market than what we'd seen last year. Overall, more properties leaving the market, but certainly close to in line than what we'd seen last year. And last year led to crisis levels of inventory in the January through April timeframe. And I'm concerned, as I'd said last month, I'm concerned that we're going to see the exact same kinds of acutely, critically small inventory numbers here in the Las Vegas Valley as we go into the first quarter and the second quarter of 2022. One more thing I do want to point out in terms of the data, that is back on market. We saw back on market in October come down slightly from back on market in September, but still representing about 36% of the marketplace. So we're still seeing a little bit higher rate of contract failure, contract fallout than we normally see. So I do want to make sure that that's clear. So what does this mean to you as a buyer? What does this mean to you as a seller? Well, as a buyer, you're still now really fighting for getting into contract on properties, right? Inventory right now, only 4 months of the digital MLS has shown smaller inventory than what we've got right now at 3,851 single-family houses. If you find the house that you want, make sure you have a realtor who knows how to get you into contract, knows how to compete your offer to get you the best possible outcome with regard to the offers that you're making and with regard to getting through the actual contract. If you're a seller, what does it mean? It means, as we've seen throughout the year, that most sellers are able to put their property into the market at the right price and in the right condition and get a quick sale, often with multiple offers. Now, there are sellers out there, and they're backed perhaps by real estate agents who may not recognize what they're doing, who are putting properties into the market with high prices, and those are not selling, and they're sitting on market even in these market conditions. I was looking at something for a client the other day, 400 plus days on market, right? In a low inventory environment where nothing is sticking around, where most properties are getting multiple offers within the first weekend, 400 plus days on market for a particular property. There are things that won't sell. There are things that won't sell under certain conditions. And those conditions on some of these properties, they're out there, they're looking bad. At the Chong Miller Group, we help buyers buy, we help sellers sell. We can help you with your real estate adventure. Please reach out to us. We would be happy to help. We'd be happy to get you into a property, and or we'd be happy to help you get out of your particular property and move on to your next goals in life, whatever that is, a bigger house, a smaller house, moving out of the area, moving to a different neighborhood in the area. Please give us a call. Now, at the bottom of the video here, you'll see there's a link to I'm going to change the link, but right now it's going to be a link to other market updates, this market update series. I'm going to change that to be a link to my 2022 market forecast once that comes out over the next couple of weeks. Also, please subscribe to the video series. I put this information out for free. I don't charge you for it. I'm not asking you to do anything, but it really helps if you subscribe, you hit the like button, because that way I know that there are people out there who want this content and want me to keep producing it. So please subscribe, hit the like button, and that's it. Please call us if you want to know about buying or selling your properties and moving forward with your goals, your real estate goals. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. I'm Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. Thank you very much.